Okay, to start out, I'm going to show you a lot of driver distractions that most people have in their cars. This first one is a radar detector, picks up radars from police. It makes a lot of noises, you have to press buttons, take your hands off the wheel. Here is a GPS, which is touchscreen. You have to put in your address, stuff like that, before you can use it, and it talks to you too, so that's a distraction. Here is CDs, iPods, anything. A person in your car can be a distraction, but most importantly, what my speech is about today is a cell phone and texting while driving and why you shouldn't text and drive. So today my purpose is to persuade my audience to stop texting and driving. Texting and driving is a new craze responsible for a lot of accidents, many fatalities, and they're all avoidable by not putting yourself in that risk. So, driver distractions present a serious and potentially deadly danger. Most people agree it's bad, however, they're guilty of doing it on a day-to-day basis. I know I am. And if you stop texting and driving, you can decrease your personal risk for accidents, you can increase your surrounding traffic safety, and you can save some money. So the full definition now includes, of course, just texting in general while driving, but it's the act of composing, sending, reading a text message, and that includes emails, making other similar use of the internet off of your mobile device while operating any motor vehicle, such as automobiles, includes trucks, trains, airplanes, boats, whatever. If you have passengers or it's yourself and you're driving or operating anything, texting while driving includes that too, not just cars. So it also encompasses emails, GPS navigation systems on your cell phone, and games on your phone. Some people like to play games. And although most people agree that it's a bad thing, we're all guilty of it. We think that it's never going to happen to us, that you're getting in accidents, you're just too good of a texter to have that happen to you. So what are some things that has caused society to text and drive, and why we're doing it is an increase just in the overall technology. We have all of these technology sitting in front of me, and it's just a boom now, so that's why we're texting and driving. And also cell phone affordability has increased, so now it's popular for all age people to have cell phones, especially new drivers. And now texting is the #1 form of communication for two people that are physically not in the same room. Texting is the most popular #1 way of communication. So that's why a lot of people think it's okay to text and drive in the car. So I'm going to start reading you some facts about texting while driving. For every 6 seconds of drive time, a driver sending or receiving a text message sends 4.6 of those seconds with their eyes off the road. This makes texting and driving the most distracting of all cell phone related tasks you can do in the car with your cell phone. 48% of younger Americans ages 12 to 17 say that they've been in a car while the driver was texting with them in it. Teen drivers are 4 times more likely than adults to get into a car crash or a near car crash event directly related to talking or texting off your cell phone. Studies have found that texting while driving causes a 400% increase in time spent with your eyes off the road. And this is the most important one. This is really eye-opening. Studies reveal that a person who is texting while driving at the speed of 35 miles per hour will cover 25 feet before bringing the car to a complete halt, as compared to what it should take, which is 4 feet. And that is the same exact time as a drunk driver would cover the same speed. So drinking and driving and texting while driving, basically you have the same mindset, and that's what most people don't realize. So not texting and driving decreases your personal risk for accidents. If you're not texting and driving, you're safe and you're being a defensive driver. Nobody is capable of fully multitasking, and it results in partial jobs of both. You have a partial job of texting, you have a partial job of driving. One of them's got to go. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel is what you can do. You can have your full body ready to drive, and you're able to target and avoid situations and avoid accidents that could occur. However, you're also increasing your surrounding traffic safety. Drivers that text and drive are greedy. They're only thinking of themselves, but they don't realize that they're putting other people and pedestrians at danger. It's similar to if you want to smoke or drink. That's something that's only causing your own body harm, and you're choosing to put your body at risk. But when you text and drive, or if you just drive with distractions, you're putting people that didn't ask for those you're putting harm upon them that they didn't ask for, and they're not doing anything to deserve it. And then you're putting whenever you're not texting and driving, drivers can survey the area efficiently and drive in a safe environment for all, themselves and others, and people walking or biking or whatever. Okay, and the last thing is no texting and driving can save money. I know that in a lot of states, if you're in a school zone, if you have your cell phone out, you're talking on the phone, you're texting, whatever, you have a straight up $250 fine in school zones at all times, especially in Houston, so watch out for that. And you also have a lower insurance if you're not putting yourself at risk and you're not getting in accidents due to texting and driving. That's on your record, that's gonna shoot your insurance up. Also, if you don't have unlimited text messaging on your plan, then each text costs and you're not sending as many while you're driving, you have lower phone bill. And last but not least, if you get in a car accident due to texting and driving, you're repairing the cost of your car and the cost of others. So some solutions. 28 states currently have legislation passed and laws in effect where you cannot text and drive and you will get fined. Texas, however, has no ban on texting and driving yet unless you have a passenger under the age of 17 with you. So be careful. If you have little kids riding in the car with you, you will get fined. Laws, regulations, fines, all these things are supposed to decrease our wanting to text and drive or using any driver distractions, but it's ultimately up to us. It's our responsibility to make sure our roads are safe and that we're not putting ourselves or others in harm. And last but not least, radio stations, celebrities such as Oprah and many others are endorsing a no texting and driving policy, I guess, and you can go online and you can pledge not to text and drive. So, to conclude my speech, driver distractions are responsible for accidents and fatalities across the world, not just in America. Among all distractions, texting is the newest and most dangerous, and it's up to us to be safer and to choose not to be distracted while driving and practicing safer methods while we're doing one task. All right, thank you for listening. Does anybody have any questions?
I do. Are there any other options for communication while driving?
Yes. Now we have things such as Bluetooth that you connect up to your cell phone and you put it in your ear, and you're able to keep both hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road, but you're still able to talk on the phone. That doesn't have a solution for text messaging, but that's still hands-free. And also, new cars are being built with OnStar where you can talk out loud, just be like, call home, and it'll dial it for you. And also, newer car models are having a thing where you can speak it out loud and have it text for you. So that's a solution. Any other questions?
What can I do in my community to discourage texting and driving?
Okay, you can put groups together and go talk at your local schools, community centers, churches, and put together a presentation just to not text and drive, show them the dangers of it, and read them some facts about, fatalities per year and accidents and stuff like that, and really encourage the younger generation to not. I mean, it's not the older generation that's having this problem, it's really the younger kids that are texting and driving. So, especially schools, just educating them on why you shouldn't. Any more questions?
I have a question. I feel like I can text and drive and still maintain my attention on the road. Is it still dangerous if I'm absolutely sure I can do it? I mean, because I just do it with one hand and keep my eyes on the road.
Well, a lot of people, you're the reason why a lot of people are getting in accidents. Everyone thinks that they're good enough. If you're the only person, I think that same thing about myself. A lot of people feel like they don't have to take their eyes off the road, they don't have to look away from their cell phone, they can just do it while driving. But the thing is, your mindset is not ready to drive. You're not putting full effort into driving, and you're putting half of your effort into kind of maintaining your driving on the road and trying to do your text messaging, but you have to get your mindset on just one thing, and you're doing a partial job of both. So although you think that you're good enough to do it, you really aren't. Okay. So I would suggest not texting and driving. All right, so thank you guys for listening.